Computer. Lights. Good morning, everybody, and happy Thursday. So, I ended up with a con crud, so I'm con crudding this morning, and I'm sorry about that. So, I'll be coughing and hacking through the show. Hope you guys can put up with that. I do have my coffee, though. All right. Let's see what kind of trouble we're going to cause today. Okay. I'm still working on the kitty wake and stuff because really all I did yesterday was end the show and then go take a nap and then slept for a while and then got up and then hung out with the family and then went to sleep and then slept for a while longer. So it's been kind of a slow, sluggish time for me. So we will get music running. Okay. Problem is that my eyes are watery, which is making everything blurry. Ugh. Okay. Now I'm going to just. I like this engine assembly, but I want to put it on the wings too, because really, I kind of want to. Hi, Brent. So I ended up with a con crud. I'm extremely annoyed by this. It's cruddy. So anyway, I'm going to put this here. There we go. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting the engine nacelle thing on the wing too. Because I think it looks better this way. Okay. Be better if I wasn't sickly. I'm actually kind of annoyed with getting the con crud. That makes me annoyed. But that's all right. We'll live. It's not COVID, so that's at least a plus. I see. We just cut holes in the middle of all of this, and we're going to have to fix that. Oh, that's annoying. It's all right. I'll just go back in here and repair all of this. It's not actually black, is it? No, it should be black. So, oh yeah, you're like I'd trade con crud just to go back one more time. Yep. Okay, I'm just so. I did find buttons last night that made for changing some things in Clip Studio, so it acts like some of the things I like about Photoshop. For example, I found the way to grab a sorry, grab the or click on a layer and have it select a layer, which I think is cool. All right. I think I do want to do though is make these lines absolutely vertical. So we're going to do that. Good morning, Colton. I have con crud. Yay. You may not want to come on the show because I've got con crud. Okay, it was funny in my head. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Let's think of that too because I've got to meet with a manager at the company I'm working with today for training at 2:00, and I was like, I guess I really don't necessarily have to cancel. because it's all on Zoom. So, I mean, legitimately, she's just going to talk to me here and all will be good. So, that's cool in its own little way. So, there you go. I'm going to. Oh, man. And it's going to be like this all day. I do not wish to be sick, but the good news is you guys can't technically catch it. And it doesn't look like it's COVID at all. So that's all good. Just your normal run of the mill. Okay. So what I've done is I put in engine nacelles on both wings maps. And then I put corresponding nacelles on the main hull. Suddenly all formal there. What's up, Brent Kemen? Okay. I've forgotten what I was doing. What was I doing? Oh, yeah, I was going to try to update the metadata. There's a button for that. Just forgotten where that button is. Render settings, maybe. Somewhere there's an update metadata button, and I've forgotten where it is. Maybe it's here. Oh, well. Best way to update the metadata. Close and restart it. Yeah, give me a minute. Two. While I wait for Daz Studio to load, I will go blow my nose. Sorry. I feel like colds always have sort of this thing where Did it say it? Because I didn't see it say it. I guess it must not have clicked. So still waiting for Daz to load. Open recent unique Corvette. Okay. Now we got to go through and fix the wings. Those of you who use this, okay, I switched the extras to number 1 again. I'm going to put it back on number 1 because I really, in the end, want everything to be number 1. And now we're going to look at the engines, which I can already see might be just a little bit weird. So we're going to take a look and see what they look like. I think part of it is that they are convex concave, so they stick out, and so that makes them look strange to begin with. So we're going to take a look here and just kind of see what we can do to fix this, because really what I think might happen is 2 vents or a vent and widgets might serve us better back here than what I'm looking at right now. So it's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. I haven't decided yet. I'm having a hard time making decisions. I also feel like we're not getting quite the look we want. So if I were to take just a screenshot of this, and bring it back into Clip Studio, right? Now we can kind of look at it from the point of view of how does it actually like roll out, right? So if we were to say, for example, go here and take a look at the way that the engine works, the way that it's set up here versus the way it looks here, you can kind of see that we've got kind of an issue going. So this engine piece right here seems to line up pretty nicely right between these 2 engine pieces here. So what I think I really will do is this. I'll do a new raster layer and temporarily put it there. And we're just going to go from no, we're going to switch colors. We're going to go from here to there, I think, is really kind of what I want to do. And what that will do is that'll give us a line that kind of goes like this, right? If you look at that, it'll go kind of like that. And if we do another one that's kind of like so, we can actually probably angle it out to give it a little bit of a neat effect, right, like so. That should put us with sort of this effect, right, which would be good. It'll seem to fit in pretty well. But I like the triangular faces, so I might do that. It's all about the aesthetics. That's what I'm thinking I will do now. Let's go ahead and put that in. So what I think I will do is this to here. And just bring this across like so. And then to the bottom here, if we look at the way that this came out, they line up pretty nicely here. So we can go to here. But I also feel like this is the flatter part of the engine pod. So rather than do that, I'm going to come out and then back. So that it sort of mimics the shape of this. Aesthetically. So we'll do some vents here. We'll do some vents badly here. All the contour of the ship. There we go. Let's just remove the whole engine assembly here. Right. Now, I don't like the fact that, though this will fit real nicely aesthetically, when you look at it versus the other guy, it's going to be shorter and smaller. But we've got RC thruster packs right up here at the top. These are RC thruster packs that are right on the edge. And the wing is slightly larger than the joist that goes between those two. So we can kind of play with the geometry a little. And so what we're probably going to do here is this. I'm going to come down like so. Like that. And that'll match up with this RC thruster unit. Actually, probably shouldn't match. Otherwise, we will regret that. So we just got this black aesthetic unit, and that's all it is. It just gives a little bit of a feel that there was an intention behind leaving this top spot open, and it'll match this RC thruster pack. We should probably give it some of the typical Bellatrix Rising graphic design, the trade dress that we've talked about in the past. Right, that'll look fine. That didn't work like I wanted it to. I got a little carried away there. Just a little carried away with that trade dress, didn't I? There we go. Zorch. Okay. That'll help make this just kind of look like it's trailing out on this black line that's this RC thruster. Just continued the paint job kind of going out towards the wingtip there. That's all. So it doesn't feel like it was kind of pushed. All right. All right. Turning that off, turning that off. Kind of looking at that little engine assembly. Something still kind of bothers me about it, and I'm still not quite sure what it is. It doesn't look quite like I want it to. So I think it's this point that's coming down to on the end here. I think that's it. So I'm just going to real quickly go in there and tap it up and make it go the right way. There. That much more aligned. Looks like it's the same design. I also kind of feel like I want something out here, something in that zone. Something that just warns you that there is, a triangle back here. Warning, triangle. Triangle warning. You could be attacked by triangles at any time. Triangle attack. Triangle man, triangle man. All right. And duplicate that layer. Bring it down. Turn on our guide. Make sure that we're not anywhere weird. There we go. All right. Now we'll do the same thing over here. We'll make sure it's positioned correctly so that this all fits. Sorry, guys. All right. Oh, man. There we go. All right. And we'll save this again. All right. Looking at the ship now. Let's see if there's anything else we want to dink with before we go through and do this, because I think we're pretty good. I did put her unit patch on the back. We've changed all of the mazer ports so that they're correct. The dress is correct. on the wings. All of our landing doors are correct. The only thing that's missing is this ramp. So we need to go and do the loading ramp real quick, because they're going to stand here talking. And we never fixed the landing ramp. This is me trying to decide whether we should fix the landing ramp. Looks like the landing bay doors are correct now, and the landing bay, the door bays, landing gear bays, they're black. They should be blacked out. I still feel like I should probably flip these. Really? There, when I flip it, it puts the inside of the value in there. So, okay. So one other thing that we want to talk about before we do this is that I was looking at techniques and things like that for doing various controllers. And I'm curious whether I can add a controller. And let's see. I've never done this before, so we're going to try this. Limits, no. Preferences. Oh, man. I don't know whether we can. Well, maybe I can't do it. Maybe it was a cool idea. Oh, well. Okay. All right. That's fine. Okay. Let's go ahead and fix this guy up. Really? Thank you. We're going to go ahead and fix the tails so that they'll be straightened out too. Because we're using a different tail, obviously, for this ship. But we're using the same tail critter as we used for we're using the same model for the vehicles because I like reusing things. That's actually extremely useful. So here's a gravity blade. This is the wrong gravity blade, but that's okay. I want the starboard gravity blade. We'll need both ultimately, but I'll just flip the other one. Okay. Oh, and then we'll open the Gravity Blade master file and copy it in. I'll copy just in case I need it for something. Paste. Probably. Just in case I do. All right. And I just lost my screenshot because I'm really not with it. I mean, I guess that makes some sense. I am kind of feeling yicky, so there's that. We're going to use this to tell us some important information multiple times, because now we know what level is. I know I need more sleep, but I have onboarding training to do today. And so sleep will elude me as usual. All right. All right. Just lining it up roughly, give or take. I don't think this is what I needed this for. I needed it for the other side. I mean, other than it tells me what's level and what isn't. I don't think that's what I needed this for. So I think I did it wrong. What I really need is to rotate it 180. Stick it over here. This will give us an angle of where it is on the model. Because now we're starting to see this curve right here. And we need to kind of get an idea of where does this curve stop? It pretty much stops right through here. Right? And that's significant because we need to make a line that goes there that mentions where, so that the drawing looks right. Because if you look at right now, you look at the tail, it's embedded in the hull. But since it's a white hull with a white tail, you can't tell where. Where is it embedded? Right? We don't know. So we're going to take this line right here. We're going to look at it. We're going to add another layer. We're going to go in here. We're just going to, we can already see right here that this is where that line ends, but it goes all the way back to the back of the hull in a weird way. So it's here. No, not white. Right, it's here, going back to here, and then straight down with the hull, like so. Right, so this is our new black line we need for the gravity sails, or for the gravity blades. And this will delineate the gravity blades as well. No, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. And this will help make the drawing look solid. It will look like it's actually coming off of the spacecraft. The other side is going to be a little harder because it's up the hill a little bit. But I think I could probably extrapolate and just guess that we're talking about here to here-ish, give or take. Right? And that should be fine. It's on the inside, so we won't see it as much. All right. Move up the gravity blades. Okay. Now, let's do some important things. No, not that important. What pin am I on? Oh. What pin's reacting like that? That's such a weird reaction. All right. One more moment. I'll wander over here and blow my nose. I'll be right back. Okay. Now, taking a look at the gravity blade one more time from this left view, I'm going to actually snap another shot. But this time I'm going to grab the upper part of the frame as well, because this will give me reference. I go over here. Right, and so when we turn this now to level with everything, so we're going to turn it so that it's leveled out here. We're going to find our angle for this from the top. In this instance, all I got to do is match the bottom with the bottom. I don't need to enlarge it or anything because now I have this line, right? So we'll do this. And now I know that this is our top line. Just like that. And that's now what is level with the spacecraft. So I just need to make sure that all things match this line right here, and they'll match up and be level with everything. And even if I need to, I can always just take this guy and move him down to say here. All right. And now whenever I put this up, this is the angle of which will match that so that it all fits. All right. I don't need this. I need the other one, this one. All right. Let's go in. Let's close some of these things because we don't really need them. I'm not being helpful. And again, we just line it up with that. Using my airborne again. 5, 0. Nobody wants to accidentally miss one of these ships. So they are well marked. Oh, that's true. I could just give your computer an entire virus, and there you go. And then you'd be screwed forever. All right. All right. So here's what we got. We got this, 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 this. This way I can just match the lines to the other side. And I'm not going to be super complicated about this. There's a lot to see on this spaceship. So I'm not terribly worried if the tails aren't quite so, see you in a sec, so awesome. All right. Okay. All right. We're getting there. So what I've done is I've done a port side and a starboard side on the things that we can do here. So we're going to turn all. Well, we're going to do this first. Let's do this first. Then we'll do this one. And then we'll do this one. So what we've done so far is we've done a port and a starboard. So we could just save these as they are. Get them out of here and into ships. Ship textures, unique Corvette. I really ought to make a new folder and call this UMC Kittiwake and move these in here because these are unique. I mean, they have gravity blade 510 starboard. So if you have a lot of these, I highly recommend save as port. That you have a nice structure. Well, I mean, other than getting Concred, I'm actually not doing so bad. So this is, it wasn't bad at all. Kind of nice to see everybody and stuff like that. So anyway, I made about $30 over table. Wasn't bad. Pepper made a lot over table. I think he made 4 times table. And Raph made 2 times over table. That was the thing that amazed me. I sold 7 of them. I didn't expect that. So it didn't do bad at all. I sold 7 of those guys. Wasn't bad at all. Yeah, right? Go Pepper. Oh. Right. So we have a Type 7 shuttlecraft back here. So we're going to have some problems with this. This is where it's useful. And actually, ironically, it's so funny. People make fun of the military for doing all of these, numbers and letters and things, but this is exactly why. Except that, in the military, they're dealing with real vehicles. But, you have all the parts for these 60 Jeeps, and each one of them needs to have a serial number, or else you're going to put the wrong parts in the wrong Jeeps. And so this is exactly why they do it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that all of us came out ahead, not by a whole lot, but we came, I mean, some of us didn't come out by a whole lot, $30 whole, but that's all right. It's still a few things that kind of came out that were cool were that I learned that I really need to target Star Trek fans. Obviously, I know that you're like, wait, that's obvious, guy. Ships, ship textures, Unity Corvette, UMC Kittiwake, Starboard. There. And now to test it, look how straight that is. And you'll notice that it now looks like it's delineated off the hull. And it says 510. And it has the correct indicators on it. And all looks good. It looks solid. Now let's do the port side. It's what I do. No idea what you're talking about now because I've forgotten, because my brain is full of cotton. There you go. Okay. Now we have tails, and they both look good, look solid. Colton is joining me so that he can talk to me. And make snarky comments, which is actually probably good because I don't feel like I'm being very entertaining. So having Colton here will be great. Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
We were talking about Star Trek. I was like, yes. I'm surprised. I thought that's what you did, was set yourself
Oh,
up Star
I
Trek
see.
fans.
Yeah, no, actually I didn't. I didn't think, that was what was so weird, was I didn't think about it. And it was like I sold 7 copies of my tech manual to like anybody in a uniform who walked up.
Anyone in a uniform? That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like if they were, because there were a number of different, there was an entire starship there.
So, and also, isn't there
yeah,
like
so there were a
base
lot
there
of people
too?
in uniform, and I was like, I wish I had thought of this before. I would have targeted it, on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Pepper's saying either. Oh, I see.
It tagged him. That's why.
He
Hi,
logged
Pepper.
in. So in a
No, we were talking about
vacuum.
everybody's profits from Wicked West, and
Yeah.
apparently it tagged you.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sorry.
in a vacuum, it just sounds like you're like, go away, Pepper.
Go away, Pepper. Damn, Pepper.
It doesn't look. Yeah, I get it. Okay,
Watch me eat yogurt, Pepper.
Watch you eat yogurt. Yeah, but it was so weird because I hadn't thought of that. I don't know why I didn't think of that. So Saturday I was just like watching all the Trekkies go by going, hey, you guys are awesome. Hey, cool uniform. I didn't think to say, you know what you need to do? You need to come over to this table and talk to me about this.
Hey, Trekkies, you know what you need in your life?
You need more Belated
My Star Trek book that I just made.
my Star Trek knockoff totally need that, and that's totally what you need. And I don't know why you don't have one. Okay, now she looks pretty cool. I'm digging
That's
it.
awesome, though. Hey, you still sold books. That's awesome.
I sold 7 of them. Yeah, I'm just like, wow, I didn't expect that.
Where are you selling them at? Price wise?
5.
Okay. How big of a book is it? I can't remember.
16 pages.
Okay, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. But it cost me $4.90 to print, so I'm making a whole whopping 10 cents
Oh
off
my god,
copy.
10-cent profit.
It's all right. It was the first one. And I'm going to go back and make some edits before I roll another set of those. And they'll probably sell better after I've got a couple of actual issues on my table.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because then it's like, oh, I want to read the world building behind these 2 issues. I like these issues. I enjoyed the story. So, you know.
There you go.
I found a Facebook page. Boy, my brain
There's
is
a
so
lot of Facebook
cottony.
out there.
Found a Facebook page which the guy was talking about all kinds of. He's a mangaka, so he does actual manga in Japan, but he's in Hawaii at the moment. Although I think he moved back to Tokyo here about a month ago. But anyway, he's a mangaka and he's doing Manga 101. And the thing that he did that I thought was so cool was he showed the 3-act structure split out over 32 pages. Let me see if I can find that because that was really cool to see.
What's his name?
I don't. It was called the Aloha Manga School or something like that in Facebook. But I'm going to bring it up anyway.
Sounds familiar. Aloha Manga. Why does it sound familiar?
Right, Aloha Manga School.
I type it into Google. It's like Ranma 1/2.
I have way too many things that I have downloaded from everywhere.
Facebook.
99% of it's Star Trek. I know.
Aloha Manga Online.
Yeah, that's it. Aloha Manga Online. Let's see if I put it in my screenshots gallery. Because some of the things he said were just, kick butt.
He's totally. That's funny.
What?
Oh, I just looked up actual pictures of him. Oh, he does that. Oh, Ace Attorney.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see. It's not transferred yet. That's part of our problem.
But you're learning stuff from him?
Huh?
You're learning stuff from him?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I'm going to see if I can't find what I found before looking back over the pictures that I just had. Because he was talking about the 3 waves.
Mm-hmm.
Seems weird that there's... let's see if I can find it because I saved it. I was like, well, that's stupidly useful. I saved it. I just don't know where the hell I saved it.
Where it went.
Yeah. Because I think it's actually on downloads. Can I just click to downloads? No, I guess I can't. That's stupidly dumb. Okay, I'll go find it. Because this was extremely useful, and I kind of want to do a little sidebar on it because it's extremely, extremely useful.
Okay.
Let's see here. He's back in Japan, you can tell. That's pretty funny. Maybe I can just find it in media.
Norima? I think that's where he's at. Norima?
Yeah, Narima. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he totally is. If you look at his actual website, everything that he's posted is like, yep, this is me.
Yeah, but I'm there's so much useful stuff here. He had it right in the very beginning, so it's hard to find. Which is why I'm like going back through all the things. There it is. I'll save it. All right. Here we go. So, this is a classic 3-act play,
Mm-hmm.
but it's over pages. See how he's got the page numbers down here?
Mm-hmm.
Which is really, really useful. Here, I'm going to make it big so you guys can see. I'll embiggenate it temporarily. So, let's see if I can move this over so that, because it's Colton's in the way. It's not Colton's fault.
How dare.
I know.
Such a bad person.
Yeah, how dare you be that? So, you start on page 1. And then the first act of every story is kind of always an incident. What has happened? The thing happened,
Setting up story.
Yeah. Right. Colton and Guy are you start here with Colton and Guy are walking to the store. And then Colton realizes he doesn't have his credit card, so he can't buy his food or whatever. Right? That's the incident. So we have to figure out how to deal with that.
This sounds like an American excuse. We don't carry money anymore.
Right. I don't think I do either. I don't ever really do.
Last time I carried bills was when I was in Japan.
I was to say, yeah, I didn't do that. Yeah. And so between pages 5 and say 17 or so, we're all like trying to figure out how to solve the problem of Colton not having a credit card. Then we decide to use my credit card, right? So we put my credit card in here at about, page 17 or whatever. And then it's declined because my account is overdrawn or whatever. And that sucks. Oh, no. So this is where everything has really gone bad.
Mm-hmm.
So then this last bump here is the third act, where we all finally, we go back to my house and we open up the safe in the wall. And I don't know, I'm just making crap up. But the whole thing is that we finally pull out cash and go back to the store and then buy our thing in the end. It's a classic 3-act structure.
And we end with getting ramen.
Right. Now we
with
have
your
ramen.
Credit card, not mine, even though we went back for mine.
Your credit card sucks. So there. But this is the classic 3-act structure. But what I love is how he shows these gaps. Like there is a lot of gap right here where it's talking about the explanation of the protagonist in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
This is where you will sit there and discuss that we need ramen because we're hungry and you like ramen better than you like udon and yada, yada, yada. When you do a 3-act structure, I've always kind of done them as just 3 humps that are evenly spaced. And he's showing it that it's not evenly spaced. And this is where you put in all of your like primary yammering. This would be where we would be walking around in the store trying to figure out what to do, and we'd look at other things, whatever. That's all of the exposition. And I find that to be interesting because now that he mentions it, I actually feel that progression, right? That's page 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's page 9 through 13. Whole bunch of crappy exposition or whatever. So I think that's really cool. And probably like the most useful thing I've gotten from Aloha. What's it?
What's that guy?
That guy from the Aloha. What's it? The dude. You know. So anyway,
the man that made Ace Attorney.
Right. And then he put a blank one out as well. Although the blank one doesn't have dots in it, and I like the dots to indicate exactly which page. So I think I will save this image as well. Yeah, he's doing a manga now called Tokyo Girls.
Okay.
Crypto Tokyo Girls. And he's
I saw that and I was like, crypto, what?
Yeah. So
is it crypto's infecting our manga?
Right. Anyway, so there we go. I like this. That was really cool. Anyway, I'm going to probably, when I start working on actually writing out the story, I'm going to make sure I use that format to do it.
Have you ever thought about taking your ships that you make and like making like a spreadsheet of them, or like a concept layout sheet?
Oh, you mean like a character sheet?
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually was thinking of doing a what's in Bay 44 Sierra, kind of like a cute little thing, because that's the comic that or the 12 pager that I'm putting together right now is just a vignette between two characters as they show up for their first assignment on the Kittiwake.
Okay.
So the whole scene is them in a little shuttlecraft kind of tootling towards the big ship, the Polaris, where all of these ships are in Bay 44 Sierra. And there's like 3 corvettes, 1 destroyer, and a freighter in there. And so I did an outside render of all the ships sitting in the bay, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to indicate all of the, because there were, of course, also a couple of other shuttles running around in the bay. It's a huge bay. I mean, it holds.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say for you though, that'd be kind of a cool, like, you can either make like a little like flip book or like posters, like whatever, or just your ships. Because I mean, you do so many cool ship designs that I think those would go over really well with certain people.
Well, thank you.
Especially Star Trek people too.
Yeah, Star Trek people. Well, that was the big thing.
Well, that's why, like, when you said that, like, I was just thinking about it. I was like, you always do these really cool ship designs. Like, why don't you try and, like, put those together?
Right. Well, that was as soon as they flipped open the tech manual and saw the deck plans of the Kittiwake, that was usually what sold everybody.
Oh, okay.
Deck plans. So, like, that was cool. They were like, oh, God, I could see, like, every bed. I could see every chair, That was pretty cool. They were all into that. So
that is cool. That's why I was like, yeah, you should do that. But it sounds like you're already semi there.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I think that's I think I do need to. One last thing while I'm in here on the torso body piece of the ship. I think I need to make these clear that these are lifeboats, because they look like big square windows.
Because as I said, if you do stuff like that and you can actually like just build a portfolio off your ships, you could probably get side gigs.
Yeah, probably
designs for concept art.
I do. I've got one client who every so often he does a role-playing game, and he's a Star Trek guy.
Nice.
And he just makes me do the tri-views of his weird ships that he's got. And he just makes me draw up the tri-views of it. And I love it. I love those
That's cool.
tabs. I mean, but I'm a ship guy, so I love that. No matter which way you put it. What are you doing there? Is it a loaf of bread? It looks like a loaf of bread.
It's a kneaded eraser.
Is it a kneadable eraser?
It is literally.
Let's kick ass.
But then you also have a gummy eraser.
Hey, look at that. Damn, did you model that?
No, I drew it.
Okay.
I still need to put more texture to it.
Yeah, but it looks pretty good.
There's a Rubik's Cube I still got to finish. That one was annoying.
Yeah, but you could do that in isometrics, yeah?
Yeah, that's pretty much, it just was annoying because I'm like drawing, like I have all these different lines all over my screen and going, okay, there's a square, there's a square.
You're playing that game where, how many squares do you see?
This one still needs to be finished. It's a red
block of clay. Yeah.
Then we got a Lego. Whoa. What? Oh, I didn't put that on there yet. Yeah, we got a Lego, and then last but not least, we're doing Play-Doh.
Yay.
And literally, so this week for school, it is synthetic materials, and these are the materials that they selected for us.
I see. That's awesome.
My question when when they asked, I was like, why are we doing, like, literally a kneaded eraser looks like clay. Like, there is a different texture to it, but for the most part, it's going to look like clay and Play-Doh.
Right.
Like, there's a very similar, like, they're very similar, but also very different at the same time.
Agreed. I can see that.
But pretty much all I've been doing is I grab one material, I start working on it till I lose interest, and then I jump to the next material.
Also,
like, nope, we're gonna stop. We'll come back to you later. Like the Lego one's almost done. Like literally, almost done. I think I still need to raise these up more though.
Oh, I apologize for all the coughing.
Just let it out, guy. Let it all out.
Yeah, well, I wish it'd just go away if I let it all out, but
Right. But yeah, synthetic materials. That's what we're working on.
Synthetic materials. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, we're just gonna go in here and
like this one I was working on this morning, and it came out pretty well. I was like, all right, cool. And then I was like, and I stopped after I put the logo and all that stuff on there. I was like, and I stopped caring. I was like, it looks close enough where I could send it and be like, all right, let's see what, like, all he's gonna tell me literally is gonna be, see all these little speckles in here?
Yep.
That's literally where he's gonna go. He's like, you're texturing, you need more texture. I'm like, okay.
Yep. Go Sand, I agree with you. There's something wonderful about brand new Legos.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's decide what we want our lifeboats to look like.
Lego Shining Spans. But yeah, like all these little textures in here is what he's looking at for those. So I mean, like, that's something else. That's something else I can work on later, though.
Right.
Rubik's Cube just needs all the shine of the plastic and everything. And the darkness. That's all and then probably go in and like flake some of the stickers just for fun. Clay is going to be a lot of texturing and smoothing. But this is all probably going to be tonight's project, is all the texture shit.
Right.
And the Lego, the one I want to do here is actually put a Lego logo on the tops.
I feel like
then I also gotta
need to be higher.
Say what?
I feel like those nibs need to be higher.
Yeah, that's the other part. I need to lengthen them. They're too short. After I finished it and I zoomed out, I was like, yeah, and I was like, oh, they're not long enough. But and then I also gotta do the reflections inside of it, like see how these all have these like kind of gradient feel to them.
Yeah.
got to kind of do that with these, so it captures it better.
I agree.
But yeah,
that's cool. That's cool.
And then literally just going in and doing textures for Play-Doh. So, a lot of fun. A lot of nonstop.
It's always that way. It's always nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Undo. All right. Let's start discussing what these guys look like. Maybe not. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Really? Not a step. Not a step. Not a step. Right? There's apparently a thing on TikTok right now where they take clay. This is to Ghost Hand, who's talking about there's something wonderful about squishy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's a thing on TikTok going on right now where they take like something that's Play-Doh or clay that's a color, and then they cover it in nail polish. So
in nail polish.
Yeah, and then let it harden. So the goal is to guess the color. What's the color of the Play-Doh? Then you squeeze it, and of course, breaks the nail polish, and the clay comes out.
Huh.
And it's a deal. I mean, and as far as TikTok things go, that one's pretty harmless,
right?
Because TikTok can be a real disaster area. And so I've been watching a lot of that one, and I thought that was kind of cool. And but it also looks fun,
Mm-hmm.
They look like they're having a blast trying to guess what all of these are. So that was kind of cool.
It does sound cool.
Yeah. But I keep thinking about that when Ghost Hand was talking about, squishing clay and how satisfying that is. And it really is. It's so totally like, oh, this is great. Yeah. Don't drink the dangerous chemicals, children. On TikTok. I don't need these to be too complicated, but they need to not look like windows. There we go. I think that looks pretty cool. And then we'll go on ahead and just build a whole mess of them. So that every lifeboat station has one of these guys at them. I guess I'll just have to go in and adjust. Except the Marines who don't get lifeboat stations. I'm so mean to my Marines. Oh, guess what I found out last night?
What's up?
Found out how to get the select a layer and transfer to the layer functions going in Clip Studio Paint. It's one of my biggest gripes with Clip Studio Paint was that when you clicked on a layer, it didn't select the layer. You know what I mean? Like it does.
Oh, you're talking about just selecting the object that's in those random layers?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
okay.
once I have 72,000 layers, I have a hard time tracking in on which layer is which.
Because you don't label your layers.
Well, yeah, but like here's a great example. I'm going to make 62 lifeboats.
I know.
And it's like, I'm not going to say lifeboat 1. And where is lifeboat 1? Is that on,
Oh, you can take all of them and throw them in a folder.
Yep.
And just label that as
it
lifeboat.
Still wouldn't help me trying to find the lifeboat.
True. But
trying to find the lifeboat that I'm looking at here on B deck won't tell me diddly. So anyway, it's fine. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, the long and the short of it is that's the way I've always done it whenever I do a zillion of these things. Is that I just click on each one and that way I can do it. But yeah, it's kind of cool to know that I can do that now.
Right.
That was Alex saying it's okay that you don't go for a walk today. Because I was like, I don't want to walk today. I feel sucky. And he's like, that's cool. Feel better. As opposed to, suck it up, drive on.
When you feel better, let me know.
Yeah. This guy's kind of hard and difficult because he's in this niche right here where he has to be launched with a door that opens up on the wing, blows away, I guess. Because really, the truth is, if you're launching lifeboats, nobody cares about keeping pieces of the ship together. Although now that I think about it, maybe they should.
Maybe they should. Yeah, probably.
Well, I mean, you're launching lifeboats, and every time one of those things explodes, it's sending shrapnel that's flying around in the area around the ship. Which the lifeboats will soon be in.
Good point.
And so, like, maybe they should, pop open and have like a little string that holds it to the ship so that it doesn't. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, well, maybe.
Maybe you're right.
Maybe I should. There you go. Seal that off because it doesn't look right.
People are crazy.
Do the same thing over here. And I will seal it off over here. Oop, 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 oop. From here to there. There. That's what I want. I was noticing that these guys they don't connect. There's no, there's no connection on the hull to this piece here. So I'm going to put that up there.
That was cool. Yeah.
Just connect it up to the hull. Yeah, because when I look at the model here, like so, I'm noticing that right here by these windows, there's nothing that really kind of connects it this line, that kind of cool little graphic line that goes up the side of the hull. It doesn't connect back to here, and it doesn't connect forward. So I just
go across.
Yeah, it doesn't go across. It's just like it just stops, and I'm like, yeah, it doesn't look good. So fix that. All of these guys are now done. So let's go ahead and just duplicate this layer and turn it off. And then I'll take all of these guys on one layer and see if I can just move them over and duplicate them. Rather, I mean, why work harder when I can work smarter? Yeah, look at that. It lined right up. And all I need to do is just delete that one. And it looks like this guy's just slightly skewed, but not a whole lot. There we go. There. Okay. That was actually kind of nice because I don't have to duplicate the lifeboats stations for that. There are no other lifeboat stations, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 lifeboat stations. Okay. I feel kind of like if I didn't do each lifeboat station, people would think I was weird. As in, like, you guys all kind of expect me to do this kind of detail. I think Brent is kind of hoping I would stop doing this kind of detail, but
but it looks good.
It does. It looks so sweet. There we go. I like that this lifeboat station's half buried. That cracks me up. Okay, everybody on the port side. We're done. Now we'll go to the starboard side. Yeah, I know, right? It's time to die over here. Oh, God.
I'm just getting old now. That's fine. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. There we go.
Oh, wait.
No! I made 2 strokes. Mike, why isn't that working? Oh, I know why.
Yeah, well, we have a meme for it.
We do.
On this show.
We do.
We must use the meme. Okay. Lifeboat Station 6. Lifeboat Station 7. Getting here tomorrow and go, what the hell did I do?
I know those days.
What did I do? God. I'm so fuzzy brained right now. I'm like, okay. All the lifeboat stations are now marked, which works. They don't look like windows anymore. Always a plus. I'll save as. Yep. And now we'll go back over here and make sure that, because she only has one thing, but we can make sure that she's moved to the correct map. There we go. Now all the lifeboat stations are in. They all look good. They no longer look like windows. Always a plus. All right. She's starting to actually look like a hero ship. I'll have to make a low-res version of this at some point in time. Not a low-res, but a low-res version of the maps, because it can't be this high detailed when it's in the background somewhere. So when it's sitting on the deck by itself and everything, this is too high detail for it to be sitting back there in the background. So this is for the up-close shots. But that's much more difficult because the low-res versions of it are just the same maps. It's just that I erase almost everything that's complicated and then just do big, thick lines on most of the pieces. Because, like, for example, you don't want to do the individual lifeboat stations in far away view because it just looks like a whole bunch of little pixels kind of in there. Kind of looks like a squiggly line, and you're like, I don't know,
Not getting that idea across.
Yeah. So what I'll probably do is just gray them out with some gray, so that they don't look like the windows. or maybe not even put them on there at all. At full distance, they may not be something you see. You know,
Right.
at a distance, you wouldn't see the lifeboat stations.
Probably not. Not from that distance, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 15 minutes left, and so I'm kind of doing the. What am I doing now?
Oh wow, yeah, it's already 45 almost.
Yeah, right. But we've done good work.
Yeah, I just don't want to go to work yet.
I don't blame you.
And you got a meeting.
I got a meeting. I wonder if I can get in a little nap before the meeting.
There you go.
I might feel better if I take a nap. I was going to ask her to postpone, but then I'm like, I'm still mostly operating. It's a re-onboarding. I re-upped with my my school.
Oh yeah, the driving school, right?
The driving school. So
Yep.
yeah, but I'm only going to do classroom. I'm not going to do in car anymore.
Oh, cool.
My back really can't do 2 hours of sitting in a car anymore. So, but it's the same person I talked to 2 years ago before COVID started. She hasn't.
Mm-hmm.
She's in the same job. She's now in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
So it's just gonna be a Zoom meeting, and she'll get on the Zoom meeting, and then we're gonna do an hour and a half's worth of training, and then hopefully I don't fall asleep during it, and that kind of stuff.
Quick on board of like, hey, this is what you missed. This is the new stuff that we got going on. Everything else is pretty much the same. You're like, okay, cool.
Because I was BOSS certified before, or BOAST certified, whatever you want to call that, where you're certified by the state that you know what you're doing.
Oh.
So that certification doesn't revoke unless it's been like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't been 10 years, so it's only been 2.
Only been a few years.
Yeah, but it's been almost exactly 2 years since I left the company, because I left because they didn't want to do anything about sticking me in a car with kids. Like, what if they have COVID?
Right. The COVID. Yeah. You're like, hello.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't want to get COVID.
Mm-hmm.
This is before.
Does that make you a government employee though?
Do what?
Is that technically like a government job?
No, it's government certified, but it's a private job.
Government certified private job. Got it. I was always kind of curious with that one.
Yep. You're all right. I'm liking where we are here, guys. I'm starting to like what this looks like. Yeah, and sealing that forward bulkhead off worked really well. Right here. That's what I was looking for, is that seal. I just ran that line forward so it looks better. Hey, you've done this. You've been down this road.
Yep. Yep.
Yep, but she looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with her. That's a solid model, considering that I'm replacing a Star Trek model. Which is what I had before. I had somebody else designed it, obviously, not me.
Right.
The whole point my dad was making, you can't sell it. It's not your model. So.
Right.
He's not wrong.
True. It's always a weird one when you have to talk about that with certain people too.
Yeah.
Because there are industries that they reuse models all the time, but they're not selling it individually. Like there's a lot of, it's that weird gray area for everything.
Agreed. After all this work, I'm not going to redo this loading deck. The loading deck is not right, but I don't know if I want to mess with it. I really should, though. It really irks me that I did this to myself. I really should fix it.
All right.
I feel like 5 minutes here
Save.
will make it easier for me later.
I mean, 5 minutes saves you 30 minutes. It's always nice.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel kind of like that.
But all right,
You out?
I got to get going to work.
Work, schmirk.
I know.
Smirk.
One day I won't have to.
Right? Cool. Well, thank you for joining me, my friend. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I hope you all have a great day.
Yeah.
And I hope you feel better.
Well, thank you. It's just a head cold. I should be fine.
I know, but still feel better.
But thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
But
have a good day, my friend.
Bye-bye. Take care.
You know we need to do this. Nah, that was getting weird. Okay. Let's see how worked everything is. Object mode. Edit mode. Not badly worked. I don't know if I can get that to... I don't know if I need it to be... I may not need it to be special. Hopefully it doesn't lose its UV mapping, though. Because it is pretty tight in there, isn't it? Okay, here's what we're going to do. Object mode. We're going to take you and move you over here. Yeah, we've got a number of problems that we didn't do here, right? Okay. Edit mode. Okay, so you retained it. That's fine. And then we'll go here. This is what happens when you just get sloppy. And I got sloppy. Here we go. Move you to there. Because I feel like I'm not going to be able to... I feel like all of this is going to be... You really kind of need this right here. Because it widens out. And things are getting sloppy over here too. All right. Hopefully what we've got so far is not, in fact, a complete and total disaster, but a remarkably somewhat disaster. We'll see. On the bottom, what we're going to do is this. We're going to put it in naked mode. There. I'll push this out until it covers the structure, which is there. All right. Problem is, it's really hard to see where things are. You aren't in naked mode. Bork. And the only real reason that I'm actually thinking this is twofold. One, if we don't do this, then what's really going to happen is that didn't work like I wanted it to. What's really going to happen is we're going to have our characters walking up this ramp, and I'm going to feel like they are borked and stupid looking, and I'm going to hate things. So there we go. Okay, now that we've extended the ramp so that it actually fits the way it's supposed to, because you see how it's wider now, we're going to quickly just make this more of a landing ramp like so. Object mode. Where's my rotation tool? It doesn't matter. I'm going to bring it up. Take a look at it. Already put in here into the mount like it's supposed to. Nope. Well, I mean, it's not awesome, but, you know, it could be far worse. All right. Go to edit mode. And make sure it buckles up against the hull. That's what we're really after here. We just want it to buckle up against the hull. So we'll do that, which gives it's going to give it a ramp there, but now we have sort of like lips. It'll seal, even though it'll be slightly open, it'll still come up and seal. It's just that the seal will be here, not here. But we need the ramp to be able to touch ground so that whenever we drop down to a certain point here, it will be. Oh, do I ever do that again? There. So the new landing ramp now looks more like this. And it fits up against that door like it's supposed to. Really should have done this to begin with. We'll go make a new one of these. The ramp is not screwed up. We can see it over here really messed up. Nope. All right. I'm going to grab all the pieces of the landing ramp here. We're just going to pull it aside temporarily. Just pull it out over here. The landing legs, the legs to the ramp themselves don't seem to be affected at all. So that's fine. We actually probably could have gone over here and just said select, 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 and then say, unwrap, project from view. It'd give us this version of it, and that would be useful. Now we need to go to the underside and do the same thing. Select, and select, and then just say project from view. Right, now we've kind of got this guy. Looks like that. What we can do is just move the legs out of the way so that the landing legs are, or the extending legs are not in the way of what we're doing. We need to give as much room for this as possible because the landing deck where they're coming down off of the ship, that deck is going to be visible. We're going to be able to see it. So I really want to kind of highlight it and not quite everything else. So I don't want to move too many things around it because we've already done all the artwork for it and I don't want to mess with that. So I don't want to have to redo that. So I'm going to just take this side here and we're going to scale it and bring it down just a little because it really, the underside's not as critical as the upper side is. The upper side's going to be much more important because you'll be able to see, especially characters standing right here, they'll be standing on that. So I want to make sure that this highest resolution version of this shows that. And these guys don't need to be as big either. There we go, just like that. Then we can kind of put it in here and kind of take a look. And the more I look at this, the more I think I'm going to go ahead and pull these pieces out. Take this piece right here and scale it. This is the most important piece, so I'm going to push it until I have no more real room. There we go. And then I can just squoosh it over to the side. It's a technical term, squoosh. Squoosh. Squoosh is the word, squoosh. Squoosh is the word, it is the word, okay. I don't know, just work here. See how much I can kind of squeeze in here. Might be able to actually rotate this guy a little. Get a small amount more room out of there. There we go, just kind of like that-ish, give or take. It's rough. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna rotate this just a hair to get it in there right. We do need to make sure that we get both landing or both extension legs down in there. But I could probably use like this area right here for the other extension leg and just remember that that's where it is. Right? Because that probably is better. I have this huge area right here. I don't know why I don't use it. This is a important piece of the ship, right? I mean, we're going to be seeing it up close and personal, so we should probably make this as large as we can make it and stick it in this big hole that's right here. Big open area. Okay, it's 11 o'clock. So I'm going to, well, I'm going to do something we probably shouldn't do, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because I could stand to have it's not going to do it. Oh, that's right. It clicks weird things when we do it that way. I've forgotten about that. And I don't know what that's all about. That's all right. We'll just do this. It'll be fine. I'll move it out of the way just to ensure that it doesn't screw it up. All right. Okay. We are definitely going to use... Nope. And now that we've done that, we can make this guy a little bit bigger. You got to get out of here before we clear from broadcast. There we go. Okay, so I've fixed the loading ramp. Now at this point, every coordinate that's on here is the same for every other piece. So I'm not going to save everything. I'm just going to save the loading ramp. That's it. So all the other pieces are okay. Everything should be fine. Just this piece needs to be exported. So I'm going to go to Export. I'm going to say Wavefront Object. Click Selection Only. And we're going to go down here and say Unity Corvette, Seabird class, main hull, starboard wing, port flap, main hull, gravity loader, whatever. Where's the door? Freighter, cruiser. Ugh. Oh, Unity Seabird. Okay, so the flap, gear door, main hull, loading ramp. We're just going to replace that loading ramp and just that. Okay. And then we're going to select everything here. Go back to edit mode, UV, export UV layer. Right, this is all of the layouts. So we got to go out of here into ship textures, Unity Corvette, Seabird Corvette extras. Okay, there we go. Now we've redone this loading door. And hopefully we haven't screwed it up too bad. And tomorrow we'll talk about whether we did or not. But in the meantime, I'm hungry and I'm going to go eat. So everybody have a good day and keep your eyes in the stars. Bye-bye. Computer, good night.